Texas State University has canceled their annual Pride and Tradition summer camp amid the COVID pandemic. The Bobcat Report's Cristian Delgado talks to us about the cancellation of Cat Camp.
Cat Camp was created to assist incoming freshmen with their transition into the Texas State community with a 3-day campus experience filled with activities. However, with cases of COVID rising in San Marcos, the university made the decision to cancel Cat Camp a week before the first session, which surprised staff members.
Definitely surprised, but not completely shocked, just because one, with Corona, we never know. It's really unexpected. So when we found out, I knew that with the cases starting to increase again, there was a possibility, but still a bit shocking because they told us the week before that we were going to have camp.
Staff was prepared to follow all COVID guidelines to keep everyone as safe as possible.
We were going to provide cotton masks for everyone. We were going to provide everyone with their own room to eliminate as much contact as possible.
With Cat Camp officially canceled due to COVID, staff members will miss out on continuing one of Texas State's best traditions.
So a mix of emotions, but at the same time, I'm very understanding. I know that COVID isn't a joke. I know this isn't something to take lightly. So again, I think at the end of the day, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Honestly, I cried so much. I was crushed because you don't get to have an experience like that. And those students don't get to have an experience like that where they get to see so many current and older students that they possibly look up to be so passionate about the school and the journey that they're about to start at.
A summer that was supposed to be filled with fun activities and tons of Bobcat pride will unfortunately have to wait until next year. In San Marcos, Cristian Delgado, The Bobcat Report.
San Marcos was among the cities across the state and nation where Black Lives Matter protests have taken place this week in response to the death of George Floyd. Bobcat Report's Cristian Delgado shows us where the protests are taking place.
In San Marcos, protesters gathered again for the 4th day in a row to rally against racial inequality and police brutality.
After the death of George Floyd, something really triggered me inside to use the voice that I have, which has always been loud and always been bold. And it does me an honor to be able to do this by myself.
Texas State student Malia's son is one of the protest organizers.
I know I have so many people behind me, but it does me a justice in my heart and soul as a Black woman to know that I am making a change in this community.
About 50 people gathered for this protest that lasted 3 hours, and protesters came for a variety of reasons.
I want to use my white privilege to amplify their voices. They deserve to be heard.
I'm out here just to show support for the community, especially the communities that I've grown up in and people who are like-minded.
Protesters say they will continue to show their support for the Black Lives Matter movement by marching later in the week. In San Marcos, Cristian Delgado, The Bobcat Report.
Hays County is mandating face masks in an executive order signed by Hays County Judge Ruben Becerra. The order went into effect on Monday. With the recent spike in COVID cases in Hays County, Becerra says immediate action needed to be taken, especially in San Marcos, as the city currently leads the county in confirmed cases. The order states that all people 10 years or older must wear coverings over their noses and mouths inside businesses and public spaces.
I do believe that if people were on top of it in the early game, I think it probably would have been a lot easier to control now.
For the most part, I think it's all right, because what we're doing is we're helping our community and the individuals that are a part of it. And if they are concerned, I can put on a mask and make them feel better about it.
The face mask order is set to expire July 20th for all of Hays County. The San Marcos City Council recently approved a new program to aid local businesses and organizations affected by COVID-19. The COVID-19 Small Business Recovery Program aims to redesign physical space, provide sanitation training, and personal protective equipment to 32 local businesses. San Marcos businesses that have closed due to COVID look to reopen with a new design that follows recommended sanitation guidelines, such as disinfecting touch surfaces and providing hand sanitizer to customers. San Marcos hopes the recovery program helps stimulate the city's economy and keep local businesses afloat during the pandemic.